Hey everyone, welcome back. The past update, or this week's update, is all story. Story. So Composer starts, I think, May 4th, and I'm going to try to get voice acting done before then, which means the story needs to be nearly done by mid-April. If, at least the dialogue and the timing figured out. Special effects, like a campfire glowing, that can wait, but, 95% there. So, let me just show you kind of some of the things I've been doing. So here's the first draft. Just watch it through and notice movement and text, and then I'll show you where that scene is at now to give you kind of an indicator of what's going on. So that's the old one. You notice it's pretty stale. I mean, the dialogue's just a placeholder. There's no movement. There's basic camera panning. And now the new one is here. So it's come a long way, and but it's all minor stuff. But when you take those kind of changes and apply them to the whole 15-minute story, it feels like it's gone from like a D to a C, and then music and sound hopefully from a C to a B, and then from those final touches hopefully bring it up to a quality product. But let's just talk through some of these just to give you an idea of what's happening. So, I want to show you right here. We have two chat heads, and now the code has the ability to remove someone from the conversation. So you'll see him, once the first guy takes watch, the second chat head will roll away. And then we have watch, this tree, this grass line, the two heads here, they're a separate layer. So a basic version of a parallax, gives it more movement. Also watch this sword arm now comes up. And then obviously here, movement on the arrows. I might play with that still to make it more realistic. Some, like this guy, look better how he comes up and comes down. But in general, adds life. And then in the final scene, the camera, kind of the jump zoom, imagine that being timed to a bass note or something to add drama, combined with like the next layer of polish, which will be maybe arrows flying in to give movement to this scene also. Things like that. Surprisingly time consuming. It's just been nonstop, just beating me down of the amount of work going into the story, but it's cool to see it come to life. The other thing I did was gave Scott, the illustrator, a copy of the whole movie to have him critique it, which adds another layer of polish. He's catching everything I missed and or letting me know when he gets bored, just iterate on it. It's almost like a beta version of the story. So the next 2 weeks, it's going to be more of the same. I won't have much interesting other than more story stuff to show, but it's coming along. It's cool. What else have we been working on? The only other thing, like some things to bring to your attention are, let's do the opening scene, which I've shown before. Watch their eyes. There you go. You got a little blink. Every character can blink now. It's a matter of just putting an overlay and giving it a class name of blink, and the code will detect that and put it on a human eye cycle blink, which is just a cheap way of adding life. Animation, I showed you some of that. Lighting is one that I'm still working on. There's a program called Sprite Illuminator that just came out. I can't quite get it to work with SpriteKit yet. I need to figure that out. But it's campfires can go for full glow, things like that. It's a huge one. Timing with how long speech should be there, and also timing along with the music. And then the last is, so this is all working great on an iPad. Let's show you an iPhone. Close, but not quite right. His head's a little cropped there. Okay, still. Head's even more cropped there. You get the idea, though. Imagine the problem is that, is there a way to rotate this guy? Maybe, I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. But here's the way to illustrate it. Let's say the Xcode is the iPhone, and then the simulator is the iPad, because an iPad's taller, an iPhone is wider. Where I'm drawing with the mouse right here is like the safe area that you would always see in both. And the problem is, over here, his head on an iPad looks good there, but the iPhone safe area, crops kind of where the mouse is now. So everything needs to be moved to that safe area. So I have to go through each scene, kind of readjust the coordinates to make sure anything that is key to seeing is in the safe area. So that'll take some time. But the good part is that with the iPhone, I've got the chat bubbles, the text placement, all of that working. So it's kind of like a UI laid on top. No matter what size device, it'll always be in the right spot for that device. Progress there, not fully complete, but I see the path to completion. So that's it. Not too much else to report on. I'll let you know how the story progresses next time I see you guys. Thanks. Bye.